Welcome to another episode of Moment of Wisdom with God's Harbinger. Today, we're going to be looking at a very vital topic, misunderstood topic, and a topic that has not been much known by many people. But luckily, we have an expert in this field. So, we're going to be looking at building wealth beyond money, building wealth beyond money, the mindset, the habits, the impact, the aim, and true financial freedom, what it is. Many people think that money equals wealth, but today we have an expert in our midst to explain to us, to open our eyes and our minds to know what to do. So, wherever you are watching, I want you to know that we have a special guest today, a man that is endowed with wisdom, a man of experience, a man that has proof in this field. Let's welcome Dr. Emmanuel Olumide.
Thanks for having me. It's amazing to be here.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure having you today, sir.
Yeah, thank God.
We are grateful to have you, and we know that our audience will learn a lot and their lives be transformed by the wisdom of God in your life.
Amen.
So, sir, we want to start by asking these questions. Number one, we want you to know that these questions are not just from me. These are the questions that are bothering the minds of many. So we took it from them for you to throw more light in these areas of their confusion. The first question is this: what's one common misconception about wealth you wish more people to understand?
Well, thank you very much for having me. I think the first misconception about wealth will be one of the things you've alluded to in the introduction, and that's the fact that wealth is beyond money. And sometimes we make statements just to help people understand how money is infinitesimal in the equation. So I say to people, he is so poor that all that he has is money. He's so poor that all that he has is money. So that people can know that that money you have is not what makes you wealthy. We have heard statements like health is wealth. So that people will understand that if you have money and you don't have health, you are in trouble. Relationship is wealth, wealth of experience. In my book, The Pathway to Wealth, I documented the 8 components of true wealth. And money is just one out of the 8 components of true wealth. So that is one of the major misconceptions that people have. They think that, oh, let me just get money. So in trying to get money, they lose their health. In trying to get money, they mess up relationship. In trying to get money, they lose their family. And then they now finally get the money and they are not fulfilled because they realize that life is more than money. There are many things that money cannot buy. Money cannot buy you joy. It can make you happy for a minute, a second, an hour, a day, but it can't buy true joy. Money cannot buy you a house. No, money can buy you a house, but it cannot buy you a home. Money can buy food. It can't buy the appetite to eat. Money can buy you a woman. It can't buy you a wife. So there are many things that people don't understand, and one of them is that fact that wealth is beyond money.
So, sir, can we say that, okay, like people coming to church, blocking their mind to say, no, we don't need to hear about prosperity or don't need to hear about wealth creation. All we need is spiritual growth to make heaven. Could it be part of the barriers or poverty mindset?
No, it's not. That is what I call that's a religious mindset. Because see, religion is more dangerous than the devil, and I keep saying this. People don't get it because see, the supernatural is a function of super plus natural. The super will remain super without the natural. The natural will remain natural without the super. You are saying you don't need money, even though salvation is free. You pay to buy Bible. You have to buy Bible. You have to transport yourself to church. And most of the people that are saying, oh, all they want to hear is spiritual matter, in their head, they are thinking of money to pay their rents, money to take care of their school fees, money to take care of their family. So it's hypocritical. It's just a religious mindset, making themselves feel as if they are more special than God. You can't be more special than God. God put finances in the Bible for a reason, because he wants you to be empowered to do what needs to be done.
Listen to her, you need to strike a balance. That's what he's saying. So we need it. It's an eye opener. Wherever you are, just listen. Because you pay your bills, you pay school fees, you meet your needs. Those things cannot be done because of prayer and fasting. You need the real money to pay these bills. Wow. So let's go to, and he said something, he said that religion is more dangerous than the devil. That is a striking statement. People are dying out of ignorance and because of religion. So let this be an eye opener to you. You need the super, you need the natural to function effectively. So the third question I want to ask you here today is that what are the daily habits or small actions that can make a big difference in building wealth over time?
Well, I'm someone that tries to help people to understand priority. So, as a believer, if you are truly a child of God, your focus should be on building your relationship with God and getting to know what you need to know about the different aspects of your life. So, because you see, all the principles we share are principles of Jesus. But if you embrace the principles of Jesus and you reject the person of Jesus, you can gain the whole world and still lose your soul. So the daily habit should be number one, your relationship with God. Spending time in prayer, in worship, in intercession, in the study of the word, to know God more, to understand more of his will and his ways, his characters and his expectations. Once you know that, that is what will now push you into all the other things, because a lot of people are pursuing things instead of pursuing God. When you pursue things, you live a life of stress. When you pursue God, He add things to your life. That's why it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing shall be added. So the habit should be on God first, and making sure that you are developing your relationship with Him. When you now begin to study the Bible, you will now see inside the Bible, seest thou a man diligent in his business. He will sit with kings and not with ordinary men. So whatever you are doing, you are a student, you are a businessman, you are a minister, you become diligent at what you are doing. That becomes another habit. Which of you, intending to build a tower, will not first of all sit down and count the cost? Talking about planning, strategy. You go to your business, you plan, you strategize. Why? Because you are studying the word, you are receiving the principles of Jesus. Based on your relationship with Him, you are applying the principles, and then you are seeing results.
That's great. Listen, he said when you as a person pursue material things, you stress up yourself. But when you pursue God first, He put material things into your hand and control. And he's saying diligence in all you do. Diligence in all you do. So based on what you've explained now, does it mean that everybody can succeed? Everyone can become wealthy when you apply this principle? Or is it for a special group of people, maybe those who are in Europe or those white people? Is it applicable even in Africa? Can everybody be wealthy and successful?
Everybody can be wealthy and successful, but not everybody will be wealthy and successful, because not everybody will do what they need to do. So everybody can be wealthy. If we take the entire money in the world right now, we have over 8 billion people on earth today. And after these over 8 billion people, less than 10% have more money than the remaining 8 point something billion. If we take all the money in the world and we share it equally among everybody, in 5 years, we'll be back at the same bus stop. Why? It's not that everybody cannot become rich and wealthy, but not everybody will do what they need to do. So if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you will not be rich and wealthy. That's why Jesus Christ said, the poor you will have with you always. Not because, the Bible said, the poor and the rich are created by God. The Lord made them all. The Lord made them all does not mean the Lord made them so. The Lord did not make everybody. Whether you are poor or
Wow.
rich, God created everybody. But God is not the one that made you poor. You have to now understand the principle and apply. So if you don't apply the principle, like Deuteronomy 8:18, I'm the God that gives you power to get wealth. It doesn't give wealth to people. It gives you power. You use the power to produce the wealth. If you don't use the power, you'll be a powerful poor man.
Wow, that's an eye opener. Listen, the Lord made them all, but the Lord didn't make them so. So, in other words, success in life, wealth, being wealthy in life is a matter of choice you make to follow the principles that produces those things. So, from what he's explaining to us here, is like everybody can prosper. Now, sir, if what you're saying is true, but some people are believing that, oh, they are not rich because of destiny. Or some people are destined to be rich, while others are destined to be poor. Or some people are born less privileged, and others are privileged. That is why they cannot succeed. Are you still saying that what makes the difference, not minding your background, your nationality, is the principles of God?
Yeah. Now listen, you see, when people talk of predestination, it's because they don't understand the Bible. Everyone that is born of God has been predestined for a glorious destiny. Those he foreknew, he predestinated. Those he predestinated, he called. Those he called, he justified. Those he justified, he will glorify. So everybody has a glorious destiny. So, for instance, God created everyone on earth. He's the creator of all, but he's not the savior of all. He didn't predestine anybody to go to hell. He created everybody. He now said, all of you that I have created, oh, we need every one of you to receive my son so that you can make it to heaven. So he now brought in the condition for you to move to the next level. Some accepted and became saved. Some rejected and became unsaved. By that point, when they made a decision to receive or not receive, even though they were all predestined for glory, they redestinated, they changed their own destination by their choice. So if we are all to leave now, if we are all going to New York now, everybody in this studio, we're all going to New York. We have the visa to go to New York. We all have the ticket to go to New York. And they say the flight is 9 p.m. That means we are all predestined to go to New York. But if you fall asleep, you miss the flight. If you come late to the airport, you miss the flight. If you change your mind, you miss the flight. So it's not because you didn't miss the flight, because you are predestined to remain here. Do you understand now? You
Yes,
missed
sir.
the flight because you made decisions
Yeah.
that messed up your predestination. So everybody is predestined for the glorious destiny that God has in store for them. But you have a part to play in entering into what has been predestined for you. Why? Because you have a choice to make. God does not create robots. He does not control your free will. He gives you the free will. He said, I set before you life and death, blessing and curse. If I will advise you, choose life. But if you choose death, there's nothing you can do.
That's great. Listen, decision matters a lot. From what you explained to us now, you can decide to succeed, decide to be poor, decide to be great, even in the same family, even in the same church, anywhere you are. So a decision matters. If that is the case, I would advise anyone watching me today, make up your mind, decide to align yourself with God's purpose and God's principles. I'm telling you, no devil can stop you. So we have two more questions before we release you this morning. And the fourth one is saying, how important do you think it is to connect wealth with purpose or giving back?
That's the ultimate purpose of wealth, is to connect to purpose. You see, I said it earlier on, you are too small to be the purpose of God for your life. How many clothes can you wear? How many cars can you drive? You can't sleep on more than one bed at the same time. You can't drive two cars at the same time. You must come out of one to enter the other one. So most of all this greed is just covetousness and greed and lack of understanding. What do you need? Many people today, all the things that they need, some of us can write a check and settle your destiny. You don't need God if that's all you are living for. There are people that are rich enough to give you 1 billion and nothing will happen. But your life is beyond you. That is why you need money to fulfill purpose. I said it earlier on. The perfect will of God is not to bless you, it's to make you a blessing. Until you come into that place where you become a blessing and you are making impacts, you will not be fulfilled. And that's why a lot of people are frustrated, because they are only thinking of themselves and they continue to frustrate themselves because they cannot help themselves. But by the time you begin to look beyond yourself, you enter into fulfillment and God takes you from glory to glory.
The purpose, the purpose of wealth is to fulfill purpose, to be a blessing to others. That's great. Then we have to throw a question to you, sir. Many people watching us now, we think, well, it's because you have arrived, it's because you are successful, it's because you are Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, you may know what we are going through, the economy is hard, things are not working well, this and that. So, based on that, I want to ask you, if you are to start again today from the scratch, what would be the three steps or advice you say, okay, if I'm to start again today, I don't have anything in my hands, I want to start creating wealth, I will take these first three steps
The first thing I would do is to understand money, and
to understand money.
understand money. If you know better, you do better. The more you learn, the more you earn. Your learning capacity determines your earning capacity. My story changed in 1997-98 when God took me through 8 months of an encounter and showed me from the Bible and from the biographies and the study of rich and wealthy people what it means to have financial intelligence. You see, you have to become rich to attract riches. And one of the things that helps you to become is knowledge. When someone says, I'm a medical doctor, what makes you a medical doctor? It's because you are not born a medical doctor. It's because at a point in your life, you made a decision to study medicine.
Yeah.
You gave attention to a body of knowledge consistently for 4 or 5 years of your life. And when you came out on the other side, you became a medical doctor, not by prayer. You became by the knowledge you gave attention to. When you say you are a lawyer, how did you become a lawyer? It's not because somebody lay hands on you and prophesy you into law. No, it's because you gave attention to a body of knowledge. So how do you become rich? You don't become rich by prayer. You become rich by giving attention to knowledge or money. You will now become rich. Once you have become rich, you will now begin to magnetize the money because you have to become it to attract it. So the first thing I will do is the same thing I did, knowledge. Number 2 is to have a plan. So it's financial intelligence. Number 2 is financial planning. Have a plan. If you fail to plan, you have already planned to fail.
Wow.
Proper planning prevents poor performance. If you plan well, you will do well. A lot of people don't have a plan. Oh, whatever will be. God is in control. It is where what belongs to me will not pass me by. We throw around all this religious slogan without a definite plan. Faith does not deny facts. Faith is not believing. Faith is acting on what you believe. And faith goes with a plan. So this is water. I am thirsty. Do I believe that if I take this water, I will no more be thirsty? Yes, I believe. But I will still remain thirsty until I actually pour the water and drink it. So faith is not believing. Oh, I believe God. I believe God can prosper me. Religion. Even the devil believes and tremble. The proof of your believing is the action. So that's financial planning. You act on what you believe. You have a plan, you execute the plan. You take the water, you drink it. So if you tell me you are a person of faith, it says, show me your faith by your works. Faith without works is dead. Hey, you pray. God answers prayer with an instruction or a direction. You can't tell me you are a prayer person and you are not hearing the voice of God. You will die in that your prayer. When you are a prayerful person, you can't just pray and be jumping down. After you pray, it's communication with God. God will now instruct you, do this, take this step, because faith goes with a plan. So financial plan. The final thing, number 3, is financial discipline. Because as you begin to move on the journey to the wealthy place, there are a lot of distractions that will come. A lot of things will help you to be distracted. A lot of things will try to get your attention. A lot of things will come to tell you, I don't think this thing is working. Oh, let me try something else. And once you become distracted and you are not disciplined to follow your plan, you'll be continuing that cycle. So it's financial intelligence, financial planning, financial discipline. The 3 steps to the wealthy place.
Financial intelligence, financial planning, and financial discipline will take you to your wealthy place. So based on what you explained, so let me drop the last question. You talk about understanding money. So you are trying to say that beyond the paper, there's another knowledge you can have to be in control of money. But looking at our school systems, we don't have any curriculum that teaches about how to understand money. There's no curriculum. So how do we understand money?
And that's why you need to come to the School of Money.
You have to come to the School of Money.
Come to the School of Money. So go to my YouTube channel at Dr. Olumide Emmanuel on YouTube. I've got lots of stuff there. Go to my website, olumideemmanuel.org. My books are there. You see, schools don't teach financial intelligence. Why? Because the curriculum is not set up to make you rich. The curriculum was produced by capitalists to make you a job seeker. That's why after you spend 21 years in the school system, your first letter is, I beg to apply. 21 years to become a beggar. So education is not a scam, but the curriculum is a scam because the curriculum was not put together to make you a job creator. It was put together to make you a job seeker. So you now need what we call financial education, and it comes through personal determination and personal development. You're making a conscious effort to develop yourself, because having PhD in swimming technology does not make you a swimmer. You can have master's degree in business administration. Yes, you can run a restaurant successfully, because theory and practical are 2 different things. So people need to give attention to reading books, attending conferences, attending seminars, going for courses, submitting themselves to mentorship so that they can have academic and they can have financial education in addition to their academic education or any other education that they have. So come to the School of Money.
So listen, come to the School of Money. Now it goes to say from his explanations today that you will agree with me that people are not poor because they're not working hard or not being educated. They are poor because they lack understanding of the operations or the knowledge of how money works. So for you to have such knowledge, you must personally decide to develop yourself. Like as he said, through mentorship, reading books, looking at those that succeeded in that field and now submitting to them, to their tutelage and learning from them. So it means that there's an extent you cannot go when it comes to wealth creation when you don't have the right knowledge, the right intelligence to arrive there. We're going to draw the curtain very soon, but we ask him to just tell our audience what he feels like is the last advice he can give to us. But remember, it's a decision, a determination that will determine whether you end in a wealthy place or you remain where you are. In other words, he is saying that it is not God that has kept us where we are. It's not even the devil. So it is all about you. You can decide to break the chains and move forward in life. You can also decide, okay, I want to end like this. So it's a matter of choice. And advice we choose the way of wealth. Because without being wealthy, you won't fulfill your purpose, your dreams, and your goals on earth. So please, before we release you this morning, we want you to talk to our audience on your last advice you can give to them today.
Okay, everyone, listen and listen well. 1,000 good intentions are not as powerful as one action. If it's going to be, it's up to you. No one will plan your life for you without your involvement. Your life will remain the same way it is until you do something meaningful about it. So everything you have heard today is powerful, it's amazing, but it's what you do with it that will produce results. So receive grace to go do the needful. And as you take the step to apply the things that you have heard, I'm happy to announce to you, it will all end in testimony. I'll see you at the top.
It's been a good time with Dr. Emmanuel Lumide. What a privilege we have to hear from him this moment. Every little step you take that is action driven will deliver result to you. And I believe you're not going to end this journey in a lower place. You're going to end this journey in a wealthy place. Thank you, sir, for the privilege having you around. We are blessed, and I know the audience are blessed. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thanks
and
for
you
having
watching
me.
us, the Lord bless you. And please make sure that this episode brings a transformation, a revolution in your pursuit in life. See you in that wealthy place. And bye for now.